Man, what is up, my YouTube family? It's your boy Trey, Coach Trey, where I discuss all things personal training and natural bodybuilding. And today, I got a great video for you all today. You know, I love helping my fellow personal trainers because the stronger we are, the better our industry is going to be. And in today's video, I want to give you guys some great value. Today, we are talking about some books. The books that I want to share with you guys is going to help you in your personal training career exponentially, at least in my opinion. You know, everything that I'm giving you guys is all opinion based and things that help me along my journey. You know, I've been doing this since 2017. It is 2024 right now. So I learned a couple of things along my journey that I want to share with you guys. Before I get into this video, I need y'all to do me one solid. Like the video, comment, subscribe, share the video if you found any value in this video. If you didn't find any value, I gotta keep trying harder. But with all that said, guys, let's get right into it. You know, I don't want this video to be too long. I want to give you guys the value and get up out of here. So with all that said, guys, let's get right into this video. The first book that I want to share with you guys is it's not a personal training book. It's more of a psychology book. With personal training, as we all know, a lot of this stuff is mental. I would say it's at least 70% mental, and then the other 30% is physical. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of this book before, but if you haven't, it's a great book. This author, I definitely recommend you look into this author more. He has a lot of great books, but the first book that I want to give you guys is this right here. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, the reason why this book is so vital for your success, because as a personal trainer, you're viewed as a leader, right? And this book right here, it teaches you how to speak to people in ways to where they don't resent you. Now, let me elaborate on that a little bit more. This book right here is gonna teach you mental strategies to make people like you. But first, you have to be a likable person. So by you reading this book right here, it's going to teach you methods on how to influence people in positive ways. So as a personal trainer, you would like to think they are viewing you for your exponential training skills. But in reality, man, for the most part, you're a lifestyle. You live a lifestyle and you influence people's lifestyles. So by you having a strong presence, it's going to bring people into you to make them hear what you got to say. But now, if you don't know how to make people listen to what you got to say in positive ways, they won't buy in. So this book here is going to teach you how to make people like you. One strategy about that book that I found extremely valuable is it teaches you how to give positive feedback and criticism without being resented. And now that's extremely important because some people are very sensitive to feedback and they can't take harsh criticism without hating the person that gave them the feedback. So you have to know the strategies on how to delay the message so a person can hear the honest feedback but not hate you. I've been saying that a lot of times, but it's so true. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you guys out this book directly a couple of principles that can help you along your journey and why I found it valuable. So there's 9 principles that this book wants to relay to you that you should definitely try to memorize or ingest. In a nutshell, you know, I'm going to give you a couple of the principles in here. The first principle is begin with praise and honest appreciation. So as a personal trainer, you're going to be dealing with clients who accomplish some milestone. You want to make sure that you give honest praise and appreciate the clients for actually trying and giving that effort. So if you can do that in a positive way, who's not gonna like you? Who doesn't like being told, keep going, keep doing it. I see you, keep working hard. I see that what you're doing, your workouts are paying off. Even if they're not a client of yours, just if you're a trainer in a gym, like just doing that with the members, like, hey Matt, I see you working hard, man, keep going hard. Now you saying that to a client, man, is gonna do wonders for them. And now you just built some type of rapport with that client that's gonna keep opening up doors for you. So now that you planted that seed with that client, you can just keep going in there and planting a little bit more seeds. And next thing you know, you might get a client just by you being a positive influence. Let's say this person comes to the gym and they're in a bad mood every day and just woe is me. And then here you go, being super positive, super enthusiastic, and giving them that positive feedback and reinforcement. That right there is going to boost that client's or members' morale through the roof. So you want to make sure that you're being authentic first. Be authentic and be pure with your motives. And I'm telling you, man, you will see a huge change in the way people view you or the way people respond to what you say. You know, really, you want your aura to be like a magnet. You know, you want to be a magnet of positivity, man. You want people to just feel your presence and it's like, damn, how is he so positive? How does he do it? Hey, man, it's been programmed in me. And this book right here is going to help you program those strategies into your mental so you can be consistent and authentic with your clients and members and people just on around your daily journey. That's why this book right here is very, very pivotal in my career. And I suggest all personal trainers read this book right here. Now, this book right here, I found this trainer off Instagram, actually, matter of fact. And when I first got started training, I wanted to learn how to make people buy in, you know, and buying into the training programs, buying into the nutrition regimens, the cardio regimens is huge because you can have all the knowledge and have the best programs. But if your clients do not buy into what you're saying, it's going to be very hard to make them buy in, you know. So by me showing you guys this book right here, it is called Conscious Coaching by Brett Bartholomew. Hopefully I'm not saying his name wrong. Now, this book right here is so powerful because it teaches you how to be conscious with your training. What I mean by that is, so let's say, for example, you're training Betty. Betty's 55 years old. She's overweight, right? And she has nowhere to go. She doesn't know nothing about fitness, right? And so she comes to you about training. Now, when you have these methods that he delivers you, he teaches you how to be conscious with your training. With Betty's training, you have to be precise. So Betty's 55. She's never worked out in a day in her life. She shouldn't be doing the advanced movements. She should be doing the foundational stuff first, the basics, and then you build into her program. One strategy that I found extremely valuable in this book was the podium method. Since this is a sports background book right here, the podium method is pretty much like this. So imagine you just finished a training session with the client, and you know how in the NBA they got to go to the podium and talk to the reporters. So imagine that was the situation with your training program. Imagine you finish your training session with your client, and now you have to go to the podium and explain everything that you did. So for example, Betty's goal is to lose weight. So you get called to the podium. Hey, trainer Matt, why did you do this, that, and the third exercises with Betty, and explain why you did them? So now, instead of just putting together random exercises, you have to be able to explain exactly what you did and how it's going to help your client with their program. By you being conscious of what you're doing, it's going to make the results better for your client, and they're going to buy in because now they trust you. They see what you're trying to do and why they do it. They see the end goal. So if you can make a client buy into your coaching and they can see the end goal and they genuinely trust what you're doing, man, that right there is going to help with client retention, client success, and client referral. Another valuable piece of information about this book is for my sports trainers, athletic trainers. You deal with a lot of archetypes. You deal with the star player, you deal with the try-hard, you deal with the athlete who just can't get it right, or, you know, I can go on and on. This book right here, it teaches you how to deal with certain archetypes so they continue to buy in. The end goal of what personal training is, you want your clients to buy into your training style so you can get more clients and they can get the results they're desiring, and then you ultimately get paid. If you do anything, pick up this book right here. This book is extremely important. You know, like, if you do this book, you have to do this book. If you don't do this book right here, you are doing yourself an extreme disservice. The last book. Now, this book right here, I don't like making an analogy like this, but most people will understand it this way. So for my religious folks out there, if you're a Christian, the Bible, if you're a Muslim, the Quran, whatever the case is, I view this book right here Not to the same limit as those books right there, but I hold this book in a high regard, and I have a lot of respect for this book right here. And the book that I want to show you is this one right here. The Physics of Resistance Exercise by Doug Brignoli. Now, this book right here is extremely valuable. Now, the reason why I say that book is extremely valuable because it first teaches you about the body. It teaches you about the biomechanics of the body. It teaches you how the body works and why it works in certain ways and why it doesn't work in certain ways. So, for example, with this book right here, he goes by body part, by limb, and he gives you the popular exercises that's not effective, and he gives you the exercises that's based off science, how certain exercises are better than others. You know, you want to learn how to remove the emotional attachment we may have with certain exercises, and go by the science, man. You know, this book here is extremely important. It teaches you so many methods of training. I've noticed great gains with this book myself by just implementing some of the exercises that he refers. You know, for example, like doing a tricep kickback. You know, when you do the tricep kickback like this, he teaches you why that's not an exercise that's beneficial, and he shows you an alternative exercise that's going to be more effective. So the end goal with this book here is you learn how to program design. Once you learn how to program design and learn how to use the least amount of weight but to get the most amount of resistance applied on certain body parts, that's how you're going to improve client success, because now they're not getting hurt. They're showing up to the gym more, and the exercises that he showed are very practical. You know, they're very practical. So these exercises can be implemented to the client, and the client can easily do them over and over again because they're not hard to set up. They're easy to do. They're not using a lot of weight, but they're still getting great exercises. They feel the muscles burning. You know, I love this book right here, man. Like, as you can see, man, I've taken notes in this book. I've wrote in this book. You know, it's a very good book, man. It's the way it's laid out, you know, it has some nice context, and then it has pictures. You know, I love this book right here. I still find myself referring back to this book long after I've read it. I've read it multiple times. You know, I always keep this book on hand. So this book here is probably one of the most important books you will ever read in your personal training career. RIP to Doug Brignoli. He's no longer here, but he is a great author, and he has a lot of content on YouTube. So if you search his YouTube channel, you can find even more information. Those are my top 3 books that I recommend all personal trainers read, or at least have in their library. And since y'all my family, I'm not gonna gatekeep. I got one more honorable mention that I want to show you guys, and this one here is a really quick read. It is called Online Fitness Profits. So this book here is going to teach you how to make money online. You know, I'm not going to go too in depth with it. I'm just going to read off the back of the book and let you guys hear how valuable this book is. And look at this, man. Look, I wrote all in this book, man. Like, that's how you know I'm not just blowing smoke. It's a great book. It's an easy read. You can probably read this book in 2 days, depending how fast you read, you know. But let me give you guys some of the value within inside of this book right here. How to make money by giving away free stuff. You wouldn't believe the strategies they have in this book to how you can make money by giving away free stuff. It's insane. Another tip: 5 mistakes all online business fitness professionals make that are killing their profits. We can guarantee you're making one of these mistakes right now. And he shows you what's happening. You know, so this book right here is extremely valuable, and I've made some money off this book right here by just following some simple strategies that they recommend. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video, guys, before it gets too long. It's already running about 15 minutes. But yeah, guys, I hope you found some value within this video right here. Again, my 3 books: Conscious Coaching, How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Physics of Resistance Exercise. Pick those books up, and you will not be disappointed, and you'll be well on your way to finding continued success in your journey. But with all that said, guys, peace and one love. Coach Trey is out of this thing.